Good morning, everybody. Welcome back. I'll be playing some 7 Days to Die again today. You might be able to tell I'm a little bit worn out from yesterday's massive stream, the 6-hour Warzone. So I'm going to be taking on just really easy quests and kind of, giving you guys a chance to, if you want to chat, go for it and ask questions. Definitely do. Yeah, I'm pretty wiped. Not. I keep turning on the light in this game because I keep using it for other stuff. Now, I left some smoothies in my inventory last week because I was making some on the workbench and I need to check that out. But I'll be headed off to just do probably some basic quests down in maybe the green. Hell, I might even just go out into the desert and explore that a bit since I really haven't been out that much. That might be a good idea. Basically, most of my stuff is okay. I'll just need to do a quick refuel before I go. Let me just, I think I'm crouching. There we go. Now, I was cooking up a whole heap of my inventory. I was cooking up a whole heap of stuff from like waters, drinks. I had meals. Meals are kind of done. Meals should be done by now. Not all of them. Some of them I had quite a lot going. And I'll leave that because I think by the time I go and explore something and then come back, I think that will work out. They'll all be done. Plus, worst case scenario is, if a streamer is able to get through my walls, that would be very interesting too. So, still making these. Smoothies take forever. And, I get it. They're a really good source of food for her. So I'll just snack down on 2 of these and then I'll just chuck the rest in the cupboard. Yeah. So she's got heaps of drinks. I was making a heap of bottled water because I ended up using up almost all of it last week cooking. And bottled water does go kind of far like that sometimes, and other times it's like it just kind of like stops dead, and I can't cook anything else until I boil up more. I also need like murky water for some recipes. Okay, so I was gonna grab some fuel, and I'm basically, because I'm going out to quest. Let's get these refilled. Oh, that one's already full. That one's full. Right here. Maybe the bike might need some filling up. Yeah, I don't think I'll need to take much in the way of ammunition and stuff like that for my quest. This is already full. I generally top it up after each stream each week, but I sometimes don't remember, so I just sort of have a quick look. And I think 14 repair kits will be fine. I've got all that. Let's see, did I take on... I'm pretty sure... That's right, I was level 251. I was thinking about that. I'm like, I was looking at my previous stream and I'm like, I'm pretty sure I'm only... I thought I was about 250, but I thought it might be less. Let's see, I've got 5 points. So I basically maxed out everything. So with that in mind, there's nothing in specific that I'm trying to level up. I'm just putting points wherever, just to finish my skill trees. Most of the pages are pretty much done. This one's got 3. Alright. So yeah, I don't have many left. I've got like 5, 6, 11. That one's done. Probably quick add is maybe like 45, I think. No, 46. And 46 more levels and I'll be done. So that would probably be just under 300. Isn't too bad. So I'm going out to... I guess I was going to head out to the desert and check that out. It's actually quite a long way, but I will drive out. I think that'll be alright. There's this absolutely massive town here, but I think I'd like to come and like raid this ATM first and kind of go from there. If that is the case, I might actually just take my gyro. I do like getting around on foot and on bike and stuff like that, but I'll just throw in my gyro. I think that'll be okay. Won't take up that much space. I won't take my turrets because it's not... Like, we've got feral sense on, but I shouldn't have to worry about that out there that much. And I'll just top up my SMG bullets since I accidentally shot the wall when I loaded in. I would like to eventually sell off all these. All I know is like I'm not making them anymore. And actually, if I'm going to go out near traders, I should probably take a stack each because I saw those 3 traders out here. I know that I can sell generally up to 2 stacks of each, but what I'll do, I'll take half of one just in case they won't. And yeah, well, I don't want half. I'll just take that, and that way I've got the 3 and 3. Alright, I'll just make this a little bit neater so it makes a bit more sense for selling. Each row is 1 trader, and they generally take 3 stacks, but I'm not that stressed about it. I just figure if I'm going out here, I might as well sell off a little bit more ammo while I'm at it. It can't hurt. So, my water is going nuts, and this one's done. I figured that wouldn't take too long. I'll leave the water boiling. Alright, so it's morning. Alright, that's the best part about living across the road from the trader, quite honestly. Okay, that doesn't fit. Yeah, so if you live across from the trader, every morning and night when he opens and closes, you hear him belt out that, so you can actually like save yourself a little bit of time in not having to mess around with that. But anyway, oh, it is foggy out here. Alright, well, let's get out of the base. And yeah, I've already got a marker down, so I'm just going to gyro to it. I think that'll be a little bit faster. Just because it is about 4 kilometers away. I could drive, but it would... I don't think it's that much of a difference in time, honestly. I'm going to hit this tree. No, slightly not. That's probably a good thing. Hey, Phoenix. No, you can't rub up against the mic. Nobody wants to hear cat gumminess. He has this thing for sitting his starfish perfectly on top of my phone, no matter where the fuck I leave it. So, right then, just as I was having that conversation, he walked over to where my phone is and went to plonk his star on it. I'm like, that's not happening. I don't know. Cats and fascination with sitting on stuff that's important. Kind of nice flying out early in the morning in this game because you get like that really nice kind of shininess that's sort of, especially like on the water and stuff. It's very nice. I like how I say that and the game's like trying to render in the squares. So the other thing I'll be doing too is I kind of, each time I play, I'd like to kind of take a look at different buildings as I run around the map and kind of get an idea for, is there any particular building that I might want to build in next time? Because the building I've made, and I know that anything that I pick that's a pre-made building would result in me having zombies spawning. And part of the reason why I chose to build a place instead of upgrading a place was to prevent the zombie spawns. I was getting it constantly where if I went out for too long, or, you know, just if you kind of like modify the building too much, they do kind of like spawn in, and it's very frustrating if you're trying to just like do some base building and the next minute a zombie's like spawn next to you and you're like, holy shit. So yeah, in the past I've had bases out here in the desert and it's been alright. I did enjoy it. I liked it before they probably did one of the last sort of patches on the game, which took away the ashlands and kind of combined that with the wastelands. And the desert, when they upgraded that, kind of made it a deeper orange. And I don't know, it's just less enjoyable for me to be out here. When it was like a lighter sort of dusty sort of shade, sandy kind of color, I didn't find it too bad. And I know that that's like the stupidest reason ever to like not really enjoy the desert, but there's a few other things realistically that kind of bug me. I just, you know, they're not at the forefront of my mind. It's just consecutive things over time. Mind you, I did get a fair few roaming hordes happen a lot, or at least they're very obvious out in the desert because there's basically no foliage. I am also big on like terraforming my area, so even if it's a desert sort of biome, I will scrape off like the first layer of soil and replace it with like greenland dirt. That way I can grow like solid trees and stuff like that out here. So that always helps. I actually thought about in the future spending a little less time with that and digging basically like every 4 squares and like, you know, like four across from each other and 4 down from each other to make specific tree plots. Because in the past I've just made like a massive chunk of, you know, dirt, and I've tried to like plant all my trees on it and stuff like that, but I think it would actually be more efficient not waste my time doing that and actually just plant them in the specific dots. Maybe it'd take more effort to dig out, I'm not sure. So yeah, I marked up there's an ATM in here and I just want to get down. There's a bird going to attack me. Alright, bounce. There we go. It always helps if you can like just slightly collide with like a car or something on landing. Kind of prevents... Where are you? Oh, there's multiples. Alright, let's get rid of you, and that one that fell down just like spooked me then. There we go. I'm surprised that didn't really attract anything. You also notice like I don't really bother to harvest a lot of the animals that I kill off, and it's mostly just because I have a lot of meat and a lot of ingredients and stuff already, so I don't really need that. It's a little bit of a waste, but the animals do attack you regardless. Okay, so let's just dispatch you to... Okay, couple of extra shops. So the ATM was actually empty, so I must have come in here a little while ago and I had marked loot there, but if I've been here that frequently, then it's not going to matter. So where is it? Trader's over there. Alright, let's get down here. And we'll just head straight over to Trader. I was going to, if it was not freshly looted, I was going to loot, but obviously it hasn't cycled round. I think we've got it on 7 days before loot respawns, and it's 28 days for Blood Moon, which, by the way, should be coming up pretty soon. It should be within, like, I would think, the next couple of days, because I've been playing it for a couple of weeks, and I haven't got Blood Moon come up yet. What? Okay. Yeah, that is an ATM. Hold up. Give me that. This is something I like about the desert too, is their sandstorms and stuff aren't really that bad. Alright, while I'm doing this, that's right, you can't lockpick and do that. So right here is another ATM, not AMT. There we go. Alright, let's lockpick it. I don't know about you guys, but I find if I move my mouse just the slightest bit, it often stops the person from lockpicking. But if I take my hand off it very carefully and I move my hand away and just leave it go, sometimes it doesn't like break the pick as much. Like I move my hand then and move my hand now, nothing's happening. Don't know. Maybe it's just a extreme coincidence. Alright, money's always good. And I'm on my way to Trader, so they'll work out well. Oh, I think I'll be yawning a lot today. So I basically just went straight to sleep, basically after my stream yesterday. It wasn't like I didn't get enough sleep. I actually got okay sleep. It's just that I was tired after the fact. I remember this place because it has that stupid yucca in the middle of the hallway. Alright, hey.
You are?
I am here to, for starters, let's see, it's shift select.
Daylight's
Wait a minute.
burning.
Alright. Shift select. That's it. Now, you might actually take extra of these stacks, so I might not have to worry about going to as many traders. Okay, that's it. That's all he'll take. Oh yeah, and the money. There we go. Okay, so I'm really just. It's very late game for me, so at this point in time, I really just want to try to max out all my books as much as possible. I would generally buy all the animal fat and all the chilies. Might still buy them, and I'll just kind of hoard that. I'd normally buy a lot of brass and all sorts of stuff. I buy like concrete and cobblestone and stuff like crazy. But yeah, I find a lot of brass when I go out on these quests.
Those damn things are selling like
Did you have?
hotcakes.
No, that's empty. I'm pretty sure I was here not that long ago. I do want your rock busters. I keep hitting E, thinking that it'll select it to buy it, but that's just to look in the inventory. Now you can take those for now. This isn't too bad. I've got all that left. And I could loot out his place. I just not that interested. Also, I don't know if anybody knows this or not. You go up this tower. You can go up either tower realistically, and up to the top one, and jump down because I think it doesn't have a door, or maybe it does. I'm not sure. There's a munitions box in almost every wasteland trader. Sometimes I think there's a second one over in there as well. But yeah, this is how you can get a lot of ammo and bullet casings and stuff too. Let's just jump down and go and loot that one. Pick it. Let's see. I used to like it when you could actually come in here and use their like tool bench and all sorts of stuff, but that's not working anymore. Look, mate. I'm not going to be able to shoot you through this. I got to go back up there now. Come on. Just need to stand like right here. Shut up. And now there's a snake inside here. I love how the animals just it doesn't apply to them. Alright. Yeah, you do that. You hiss and whatever. I'm gonna sell off these extra bullets. Obviously, he's not gonna take everything I've got, but I mean, he might take some of these. Never take the full amount of blunderbuss, by the way. I just end up scrapping it every time. Yeah, I think the rest of that's fine. And that. Alright, so we'll see what we can do with the other traders about selling the extra goods and that. Now,
Thank God you're done
I
browsing.
don't need bullet casings.
Next time I'll charge
I know
you
this
for
is
that.
basically blasphemy, but I just scrap it. Basically have that many resources from excessively mining and also from purchasing like crazy that it's more of a burden for me to just hold on to it than it is to just scrap it or sell it. Especially when I'm going out doing stuff like this. I'm pretty sure, I don't know if it's this map, we had in one of these places, we dug out like just out from the trader, like out this direction, and we ended up with this massive circular crater. I'm not sure if it's this guy because I'm pretty sure we didn't find the desert for a long time. But the desert's great. So a lot of people don't like coming out here because obviously you die of heat and stuff. But there's always lots of cars, like full cars, to loot. There's all the ore and stuff to mine. You've got yuccas for food and aloe vera and stuff for healing. And the problem is there's a lot of cactuses, and the cactuses only give you grass fibers nowadays. But, you know, there's a few trees and stuff, and, you know, you can survive out here pretty decently. Now, I also need to just mark up. Probably want to head up to this guy first. Although, it's really not that much difference. Hey, I actually feel like it's the exact same distance. Hold up. I feel like there's going to be a second trader up there. I'm just going to head this way and hope for the best. What tree? I hate these low-lying trees. I can't see through them. They're so skinny too. It's like the odds of hitting the center part for me is 100%. But I mean, it's a small tree. It shouldn't be that high. Yeah, I love being out here in the desert. I'm not sure why. I just probably got a lot to do with like the mining aspects. Like, I really enjoy mining in this game, which is pretty obvious with the amount of like resources that I have. I haven't done any mining while you guys have been watching me so far because I have everything at the moment. But yeah, I'd come out here and basically almost as soon as I've got an auger, I would come out here and just spend literal in-game days, weeks, just mining. So long as I've got the space, so long as I've got like a vehicle or something, or somebody's willing to ferry stuff back and forth by like running past me like every so often, that's all I need. And I'd basically just stay out there for ages. Mind you, I do also do a lot of mining with a shovel as well. Get some chili. I hit the right button. I don't need sugar butts, realistically. I bought a lot of those. Now, all the doors in here are open, so I'm guessing allies have found this area. Because I don't leave
Well,
all the
aren't
doors
you a
open.
sight for sore eyes? What can I get you?
So, I kind of want to sell off as much as I've got with you. Yeah, you're still taking stuff. Good. Alright, we're nearly done with that. That's fantastic. You got any books or recipes or whatever? By the way, we had one game where it got up to the second last day playing it. It had been about 100 days as well, and nobody had found a crucible or a recipe for a crucible. You know how grueling it is to smelt stuff when you're not able to make like certain recipes because you don't have a crucible, and then the other thing is like the speed in which things smelts is like awful. It's horrible. Like we ended up, that was the only map where we had, I think we had 5 or 6 forges, and that had to be like the only other time where we've needed it, because I had it way back on my first server where I had 4 or 5 forges, and we just didn't understand the concept that you only just need one. That was like our first game, or my first game for sure. But
Thanks for the
yeah,
business. Stay safe out there.
all right. Looks like there's a dust storm coming, and when my drone figures out how to get outside, I'll put the can of chili in it. Look at this guy just swaggering over here. If it wasn't for the belching and stuff, I'd say that he's got some game, you know? Nothing against belching, but when I was really sick with my Crohn's, and I mean like deadly sick with my Crohn's, I had like, I couldn't eat or drink anymore. And basically, while I was playing this game, every time that guy would appear, he'd just absolutely rip the biggest belch. And it would almost 100% cause me to throw up every time. It was almost impressive in its own sense, but yeah, I just couldn't stand it. So every time I hear him belch or gurgle or whatever, like it actually makes me physically sick a little bit. So it's mostly I'm playfully using this term. I'm not like ripping on anybody that actually experiences proper like PTSD, but like I have a little bit of PTSD from every time I hear him burp with my Crohn's and just being like, ugh, it could make me sick if I'm not feeling well, you know? I wouldn't mind, like, I've looked at these places that have farmlands before, and I've thought about it because I'm like, it saves me a lot of time having to terraform. Jesus Christ, just take out the fence. Yeah, I've thought about this kind of stuff. It's too big of an area for me to secure, but it wouldn't be too bad. Like that place right there, even though it had no specific building, it had dirt already, soil, and water right next to it. Would have been pretty easy to sort of work with that. I'm probably going to just see this trader and head back over to the side that I was in. Although I might start taking some quests here. Might give me my bike. Thank you. See, like, I don't mind structures like this as much as this specific building isn't my jam because of my OCD absolutely hates this absolute mess that I'm looking at right now. And, like, not even that, but, like, that kind of stuff. Just, I can't. But, yeah. I would probably build something
friend?
that's 2-story if I had the option to. Okay, what have you got? Oops, too fast. Yeah, no, you don't have any books either. I also don't mind checking out, like, if they've got food. Like, I sell the crap out of food all the time. I should also buy eggs if I find them. Let's see. This is all tier 1, so yeah, clear zombies.
I've got just the. It's rare to find.
I just want to do some easy quests today.
Times.
Nothing difficult. Take my coins. Yep. That bird is flying in here pretty low. And that sounds like one of these. I'm pretty sure it's a coyote or something, but I'm Australian, so it's clearly a dingo. I don't know. It's obviously a coyote or something. Jackal, maybe. But yeah, to me, we had these like reddish colored dogs here. The natural and wild to our land, and yeah, the dingoes. Let's see. So my clear quest is all the way over here. That's not too bad. That looks like it's about 400 meters away. That's running distance. That's fine. I have like a flag and the quest right on top of each other, which is unnecessary. I'm also pretty certain this orange building here is a lot bigger than it looks. I remember getting a lot of food in there. That was basically my saving grace when I went through that place. I was actually dying. I had no food and no medical and anything. And while I didn't find any medical in there, I did find sufficient food supplies, not just feed her, but to also just have some surplus to take with. Whoa, dog. I actually don't care that much about these ones, I'll be honest. They don't bother me. It's the zombie dogs. Like, even the wolves. The wolves just remind me of, like, German shepherds, honestly. Oh yeah, these little honey shack things. Sometimes they've got money. Yeah. And sometimes they have food. Oh, medical. Nice. Okay. Go do. I always find it interesting that this area has, like, dust storms and stuff like that. I don't need that or that. I'm not holding on to that to take back. A small amount of medical's not too bad. Oh. Go away. I'll be able to hit it. I'm certain of that. I also enjoy when this happens. Anyway, you. I'll just get you to hold on to all of that. And also, I don't know if the mechanic's still the same, but with the stumps, it used to be the easiest way to find honey. If you're infected, that's a really good place to go. Like, this is pretty cool. This looks nice. I thought the first time I saw these, like, purpley blue kind of bushes, I thought maybe it was going to be like another flower, and I was actually pretty excited about it because I'm like, if I've got the option to plant blues, purple coloured stuff, I'd rather do that. You know what, I am going to harvest you. I don't need your leather or any crap like that, but I'll take the I'll take the fats and stuff. Oh, hello. You're just going to be annoying with that, aren't you? What the hell is this thing? There. Oh. Finally. I swear, every time I go into a savage country, almost guaranteed death for me. It doesn't happen as much now I'm higher level, but I've made the mistake so many times of taking it on as a lower person going in and just doing the quests.